Hello guys, welcome back into my new video. So today's video I'm going to talk about how can you speak English fluently. So one of the biggest problem people are facing while speaking English, your mind often gets stuck while speaking English, and you know it, even though you know the words, even though you know how to make sentences, but even though you know, your mind still gets stuck while speaking with someone. You are not, the right words are not coming in the right time. You feel so same. Yeah, I know these are the problems, and often people get face this problem. So these are not a big deal, because these are the part of our learning. So don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you three things actually going to help you if you really want to speak English fluently. And take it from me, I'm a learner, and I can tell you how one can learn a language by themselves without any mentor. I don't have any mentor, but I'm still speaking English quite fluently. So let me tell you what are the things that I have been doing in order to learn this language. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So first thing you have to do, if you really want to improve your English, then you have to listen a lot. Listen a lot mean you have to immerse yourself, surround yourself with this language all the time in your day. Then how do you do that? Watch movies, watch podcasts, watch English content as much as possible, and do not watch your mother tongue content. Do not do not consume your mother tongue contents anytime, because if you want to improve your English, so you have to watch lots of English content. And so the strategy that do I follow to surround myself to listening something in order to learn this language in English. So what are the strategies that do I follow? Let me tell you. First thing, I look for a great movie. First I pick up a movie. I If I have the interest on that movie, then I pick up that movie. Okay, so let's say that I found a movie. Then what I do, I watch that movie without subtitle. Okay, first I watch that movie without subtitle. The second time I watch that movie over again. First time I watch that movie to without subtitle, because I want to understand the story first. What are the story based made on that movie? First I understand the story. Then later on, the second time I watch that movie with subtitle. And because first time I barely understand 30% or 40% I understand, 60% not. So then when I watch that movie over again, what I do, I put the subtitle on and I just read the subtitle as well as listen, and then I understand 90% or 70% I understand. And then I watch that movie once more again, three times. So what I'm trying to say is I watch a one movie three times. I know it's kind of tough to watch one content or one movie three times. Yeah, I know it's kind of boring, right? But what can we do? You have to do it first. I will say do it for 1 week, then you will see the result. Do it for 1 week, then you will see the result, that yeah, it is really helping you or it is not. Then you will see it by yourself. So please, let's move on the next tips. You have to learn words. I mean vocabulary. What I mean to say that is vocabulary. You have to, if you really want to improve your English, then you have to know vocabulary as well, because if you don't know any words, if you don't know how to make sentences, so it would be really tough for you to speak fluently in English. Because if you know lots of words in English, I think 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 words in English, and I would say you are quite good at English. You will be able to speak more fluently than you thought, and your English is better than you thought, but you don't feel confident, that you don't feel that kind of confident that yeah, I know English. So now I'm feeling little butterfly in my stomach, because this is my first video and I'm making for my YouTube channel, and I'm a learner. If I make any mistake while speaking, so I beg your pardon. Okay, so but just if you find a word, unfamiliar words, don't try to learn the word only. What we do, you just look for the meaning and then we learn it. We don't learn the word with context. You have to understand that if you're learning a word, even though you're learning lots of word, but it does not mean that you're going to use that word while speaking with someone. When you're having conversation with someone, you're going to use that word. No, there is no way, because you didn't learn the word with context. You don't know how to, in how many contexts, in how many varieties of context that word that you have learned can use. So these are the biggest problems. So learn words, learn sentences with context. Okay, let's move on the third tip. The third tip is speaking. So everything will be go down the drain if you don't speak, if you don't practice of speaking. Okay, everything will go down the drain. So because practice speaking is important, you want to learn this language, you want to speak English fluently, right? Yeah, then practice is most important. You have to speak a lot in your day. And how will you do that? There are many, unpaid, like you don't have to pay any money for those platforms, so you will get them. Just talk with people, and even if you even have no one to practice with, so let me tell you, you can talk to yourself, record yourself, you can talk to yourself. So narrate your day. What are the things that you have done in your day? Just narrate it. Practice speaking is important. Why? Because your mouth, tongue, sometime your mind is not used to speak this language. So you have to get into this habit to speaking. So the more you speak, the more you become fluent. So take it from me. If you want to really improve your English, then you have to speak a lot, because speaking is so important. So there will be no one who can tell me that I improved my English without speaking, practicing. Yeah, it won't possible, because if you want to speak English, then you have to speak. Okay, so I know I made some mistake while speaking, and so I beg your pardon, because I'm a learner. I can make mistake. I know sometimes we are afraid of making mistake. That's why we're not able to speak English quite fluently. Mistakes are part of our learning. So make mistake, and if you like my videos, so do subscribe it.